Hello and welcome, everybody. This is Lynn, and I'm really super excited for today because we are just one sleep away from everybody having the chance to buy Meg's Gnomes Summer Splash. And for folks who are already in the live chat, hello and welcome. I know Barbara is here. Sonia says this is her first live with us, so welcome, Sonia. Thanks for checking us out. And hello to Melissa also. Hi, friend. Oh, hey, Meg herself is here. Hi, Meg. um, Barb, thanks. She says, so cute. Such a great set. Yay, I agree. So, here's my plan. So I've started this series of casing cards, so copying and sharing cards from other designers, whether they're guest designers or designers who post to the community. And I did pick a card to case featuring one of the gnomes from Meg's Gnomes. And if you caught the live stream where it was all coloring from Jamie, Sandy Ledoux, Sire Anderson, and Meg herself, there was like a pre-sale offer. So some folks actually purchased it the end of last month and they already got theirs, and at least one person actually shared a project, and I happened to see it, or actually it was forwarded to me. So thank you to Colleen. She actually told me all about it, and so that's the card I'll be casing, and I'll show you that in a moment. Hey, I just mentioned you, Sandy. Welcome, friend. Melissa says, I got this the other day and your snow globe today. Yay! That's so awesome. I'm so excited for you all. I can't wait to see what you all create with not just this, but the upcoming snow globe die set as well. That doesn't release until the 20th, but this is coming out tomorrow. So if you haven't already seen this stamp set, then let me tell you all about it and what you're going to get. So it's a 4x6 photopolymer stamp set. It has been or was illustrated by Meg Brighter. This is her first illustrated stamp set, and it's absolutely amazing. You get three different gnomes. So you have a fisherman, a surfer dude, and a mermaid. And one of the things that is very innovative about these gnomes is if you look at them, look at their hats in particular, pretty different, right? This surfer dude, he's kind of got the traditional gnome hat, I would say. But fisherman here has more of like, what is that called? Like a bucket hat with a little fish hanging off of there, off of his fish hook, which he's holding, behind his back. And the mermaid doesn't even have a hat. That's her tail that's kind of rotated above her head. But what's really cool about and innovative about this is, look, I can stack them all up and they are all in the same outline, which means the universal coordinating die cuts all three of them out. So it's really fabulous that this die, which is sold separately, kind of does triple duty where it can actually cut all three of your stamped gnomes. And not only that, but Meg and I are continuing to support and add value to the coordinating die by putting out digital illustrations by Meg to further the line of gnomes that you can actually cut with the same die. So I don't know if this is the only die that can claim it can cut digital and physical stamped products, but you can see here, these are all, I can stack them all. They've all been die cut with the same die. So these two gnomes are part of Coloring with Meg classes, but they're also available for purchase as digital illustrations if you prefer just to get the digi. If you print it, it's already scaled so that if you print it at actual size, it will be perfect for you to die cut it out. There's Daisy Gnome, there's two pre-colored versions of Daisy Gnome and an outline version in black and white if you want to color her up yourself. And same with the Dragon Knight. The class comes with a black and white outline and two pre-colored versions, not to mention Meg's amazing tutelage as she teaches you how to color and add these really fun effects. So really excited that you can continue to see value getting added to this coordinating die. Not only that, for folks who have already purchased and may have already even received the die, you might notice on the back of your packaging, there's a free offer for you. So Candy Gnome is the next Coloring with Meg class. It will be recorded live at the end of July. So if you order tomorrow, likely because Jamie is so good and so fast at shipping these out, and they're all ready to ship out. If you order early, likely you're going to get it in time to actually join that coloring class live when it gets recorded. But even if you purchase late, that class will still be available to you and you'll just watch it on demand. And it's going to feature a new gnome called Candy Gnome. And if you buy the die, you're going to get that class for free. And that's a $15 value. Guess what? This die is a lot less than $15. So right there, you're already going to get your money back. And you're going to get the Candy Gnome digital, both a black and white outline version and a pre-colored version. And actually, let me show you, just in case you're wondering, that's Candy Gnome. And in the Candy Gnome class, Meg is going to teach us how to color this cable knit pattern. That's colored in, friends. That's not illustrated in. So the knit hat is actually really just blank inside. And I love that. Same with the I don't know what pattern this is. Meg will have to say. Meg, what pattern is the shirt that the gnome is wearing? But Meg's going to teach us. That's one of the sort of the trademark things about Coloring with Meg classes, is that Meg teaches us how to add these extra details to our coloring. And so that way you have the freedom and flexibility to add whatever textures and patterns you would like to. I know, I was thinking it was a kind of animal print too, Melissa, right? I was thinking something like that too, but hopefully Meg will let us know. Could we possibly see in the future No, you won't. One of the things that I want to be careful to do is I don't want to make anyone have to choose between Meg's digital illustrations and Jamie's physical stamp sets. I know that quite possibly it's two different audiences, but we will likely try to avoid making the same illustration available in both forms, just so that we don't undermine each other. We want to support one another and not fight for the same audience, if that makes sense. So it's not likely that that you'll see the same thing in both, but at least that's not the plan. But who knows? It kind of just depends. The reason why Meg and I are doing Coloring with Meg classes featuring more digital gnomes is so that you can continue to get value out of the coordinating die. A lot of times you buy a coordinating die and it's useful so long as you're using that stamp set. But if you're not using the stamp set, what use does this die give you? But if we continue to make more digital illustrations available to you, then it gives you more and more opportunity to use and pull out that die. So that's the reason why we want to do it. It's to support you all, if you purchase the die, and it's to support Jamie because then it gives you more reason to buy the coordinating die. When I know that there's other reasons to maybe use a scan and cut, to fussy cut, etc., and opt not to get the die. But by giving the free class initially, we're hoping to give you value add right out of the gates, and by supporting with future digital illustrations and coloring with Meg classes, we just continue to give you more value for your money. So that's the motivation behind why we're doing it this way. So hopefully that really makes sense. Oh, Shelly says, I will invest in a printer. Oh, well, you'll be able to use your printer for a lot of things beyond just this. So yeah, thanks for understanding that. And that's a really great question. That's just our initial thinking now, but down the road, I should never really say never because you never know what the future will hold. So that's our initial thinking. And Meg said it's just a random jungle theme, a giraffe maybe. Okay, fair enough. Barbara says, I wish there was closed captioning so I can read what's being said. I have my volume pretty low. Oh, since your boss sits right next to you. Oh my gosh. Oh, do you have headphones or earbuds? We won't tell on you. I won't say your name if that helps, because maybe if your boss hears your name, she'll know you're watching something. All right, friends. So both of these become available starting tomorrow, July 15th. And again, look on the back of the packaging. That's going to give you all the details on that free candy gnome and how to get it for free, where to get the class. The class itself will be recorded live the last Sunday of July. And so that is there for you. And don't worry if you can't make the live class, it'll be available for you to watch on demand. I'm going to be crafting with the Paper Pad Club today. So I've got papers. I've selected some things, but I'll let you help me make a final decision. But I've got papers from Denim and Daisies and Seeds of Happiness. These are the two that come this month. And I just love the bright colors and the theme of both of these. So those are fabulous. Let me show you the see, earbuds. Any code for coloring code for class. The code for the free coloring class that comes with the die is on the back of the packaging, if that is your question. So hope that helps. Barbara says, or a class with the, well, what you are getting is the free coloring with Meg class that the gnome comes with. I hope I'm answering the right questions, but ask again if I'm not giving you the answer that you're looking for. Okay, so I want to also show, this is the card that we are going to case today. So check it out. Christina Holloman crafted with Meg's gnomes. She colored up the mermaid gnome, and this was her craft roulette card. Not only was this her craft roulette card, but her card was actually cased by Mary Gunn herself in Who Done It. So how cool is that? So her card was actually highlighted when Mary did the like the second live stream that she does, not the craft roulette live, but the one that's I think more in the middle of the week, and she does like a showcase of cards, and then she actually cases one of the submissions, and it's her Who Done It episode, or a segment of her episode, and she chose this card. So Colleen was watching, and she guessed the card, and she let me know about that this all had happened. So without Colleen, I wouldn't have known. And so really awesome. By the way, if you craft with anything, definitely when you share, tag Not Too Shabby, tag me, tag Meg. That way it hits our radar. So if you do the at, and then for me it's LV Handcrafted, I get a little bit of an alert. And so then I get to see it. So that's what we're gonna do today. Okay, so oh, I'm glad, Barb, you have such a great boss. Okay, thanks, Melissa. Melissa says I can't type on the iPad. It's like adding extra words. Yeah, I hear ya. Okay, so I'm gonna color. So instead of mermaid gnome, I'm gonna color up fisherman guy, and I thought I would use the denim. It's one of my favorite papers. I love all of the different denims. You got denim with pockets. You got distressed denim. That's my favorite. When I buy jeans, this is the sort of denim I look for. And then you have denim that's a little bit more I don't know what you would, it's like a little bit more like uniform in color. It's not quite as like distressed. And so that's an option. And then this denim has some pockets. It's just got a little bit of everything. Oh, hey, Colleen, I was just talking about you. It's kind of like I mentioned somebody and then they just pop into the live stream. Should I mention Jennifer McGuire? Maybe she'll pop in. All right, so I'm gonna start my card off with the denim layer. And then I pulled out some options. If you're watching live, you can maybe give me some thoughts. I wanted to maybe try to use up some of my scraps. So I've got, oh, these are not really scraps. These are some of these are full sheets. So I need to pick one pattern for the, I'm not going to use an oval because I don't have a nice wide one like what Christina has. And then I need a second pattern for that diagonal stripe. And I am using the fisherman, so I need to color him up. And I was thinking of using maybe one of the polka dot patterns for the diagonal and possibly using the yellow glitter for behind the fisherman. Let me know if you have thoughts on that. But I am going to do a little bit of coloring and we can chat away. So, oh yeah, Colleen, thank you. I was telling everybody that if you hadn't told me, I would never have known actually that because I think when Christina shared it, I'm not sure that, well, I don't think I was tagged. So I didn't get the notification. So I'll just start some coloring and then and okay, so don't expect anything too mind-blowing, friends. I'm not Meg. So when Meg colors and when you get treated to her coloring with Meg classes, you'll see for yourself just how amazing of a colorist she is and how fun it is to have these little extras. Like I'm super excited for that Candy Gnome class because that knit pattern, when I saw that, I had to double check that she didn't draw in the pattern because I was that mind blown by it. So I'm super excited for that. And one of the benefits to joining the class live, so if you do order early, because Jamie ships so fast, I think you're gonna get it in time to be able to join us live. And one of the benefits of being there live is that you can actually ask questions if you're coloring along. And we have a private Facebook group too, so you can actually post your coloring in progress and you can actually get Meg's feedback live. So it's almost like going to a class, except that it's virtual, but you can share what you're what you're coloring, how your coloring is coming along. And if you want Meg to kind of give you some tips and whatnot, she's happy to do that. Or if you want to just, share and not have the feedback, that's totally good and okay too. So, but I'm gonna keep my coloring kind of basic just so that we get a card done today. Yeah, I totally agree, Melissa. The extras are really nice. And we had yeah, Barb, yes, that hat on Daisy. Me too. I've learned so much from these classes, and I really feel like more than anything, they encourage me to just explore different patterns and techniques. Like I did after that Daisy Gnome class, I did, I think, kind of like a houndstooth pattern, which wasn't exactly what she taught, but it was kind of similar because she taught us how to do like a more weave woven pattern, but that's kind of close to houndstooth. And it really just gave me the confidence, honestly, to try it because I don't know that I would have tried it otherwise, because it would feel too far out of reach. But when you take the class and you kind of see firsthand that you're what you're capable of, it's really fun, and it for me anyways has the effect of giving me the confidence to maybe just like look at other patterns for reference and then just like giving it a go on my own. And so I really feel like more than anything, that's one thing that I value quite a lot from Meg's classes. Aw, thanks, Meg. And after I did that houndstooth, I shared it with Meg to get her feedback. And she gave me some really good feedback so that I could improve on it the next time, which I really appreciate because it's all an experience. It's all a journey, and we're all at different points in our journey. So we can't all color like Meg out of the gates, but at least we can get Meg's tips and tricks and we can just explore and try new things. Oh, practicing on clothes. Yeah, isn't it fun now that because I feel like these textile patterns are such a great thing to kind of learn because you could apply them to so many of our stamped images. Cute little characters and stuff, they always have like shirts and pants and shoes and whatnot. And so I feel like it's so applicable and easy to find opportunities to practice and explore. So I'm glad that you're finding more opportunities to try out the techniques that you're learning. This knit pattern, I'm really excited for. Cause imagine like fall's coming up, sweater weather, and like Christmas is coming also. Maybe some folks are even doing some Christmas crafting. So being able to color some knit patterns, I feel like that's gonna really come in handy. Oh, you can hardly see this, but I did add some gray to give some shadows. This I always see the fisherman dude as being pretty old. I think I've always colored him in as an old dude, but let me add maybe some darker grays. We'll give him some graying hair and some white hairs. He's mostly white hair. So let me know in the chat if you have any questions about the stamp set coming out, if you have any questions about the Paper Pad Club, if there's anything I can answer for you, I would love to. Aw, you're so modest. Meg says I'm not perfect at coloring. I just love to play with extras. Oh, cool. Colleen says good too, because you get to use different colors that you might not think to try. I enjoyed the night gnome class. It was very fun to be there. Well, awesome. Oh, I'm so glad. Melissa says I'm not so afraid of skin anymore. Yay! That's so funny. My skin doesn't look like they have jaundice so much anymore. That's hilarious. Oh, that's cool. Hey, Barb, do you like that set? I don't have that set, and I feel like let me know what you think of it, please, because I have 200 and something colors. Whatever I have, whatever they had up until they expanded to I think 320 or wherever they're at. I think that means I have 216, but I feel like I don't have a good range of skin tones. Like this is my Ahuhu chart for the full 320. So I'm still missing quite a bit, but I have a lot. But I still don't feel like I have good skin tones. So what do you think about your set? Do you like it? Oh, good question. How does the Paper Pad Club work? So the Paper Pad Club is a once a month, it's a monthly subscription. And if you sign up to subscribe, and this is true of all of the subscriptions, you are guaranteed to get that subscription that month. So it's going to definitely come to your door. And if you subscribe, you get 18% off. So that's a nice little perk. Now, usually with the Paper Pad Club, there's more available sort of a la carte if you just wanted to buy maybe a one-off and not actually subscribe on a regular basis every month. What color hat should I give him? I was gonna give him like a gray hat, like a darker gray hat. Let me know thoughts on the color of the hat. And so with the Paper Pad Club, you get two 6x6 paper pads, and one of them, if you want, so that's if you sign up, and there's options. So when you sign up, you can choose if you want to add the coordinating ephemera pack with your club subscription. And so one of the two paper pads will come with a coordinating, or it does have, it doesn't automatically come with your subscription, but for example, this month, Denim and Daisies was the paper pad that has the coordinating ephemera pack. And so optionally, you can add that on. And then the other paper pad has one of the sheets will be a cut apart, so that if you don't add the ephemera pack, then the other paper pad out of the two will have a design where you can have cut aparts and images that you can use. So even if you don't add on the extra ephemera pack, you can still get some really lovely focal images. Sometimes there's sentiment, sometimes not. It really just depends. And so that's available in one of the two. And the other one generally has just patterns, and it won't have the cut apart design. And a more recent change is that you can also add on to your subscription the monthly stamp set. So that's another option. So this month, for example, this is the optional stamp set that you can add onto your paper pad subscription. So at a minimum, it's the 2 paper pads. And then you have the option of, do you want to add the ephemera pack? Do you want to add the stamp set? So so that everybody can kind of customize their subscription and pick and choose. So let's see, orange or light teal. I would never say no to teal. Brown or khaki. Oh, let's, so that we get the full picture of what's going to happen on the card. Here's the thing. He's gonna go kind of here. I'll die cut him out with my coordinating die. And then I think behind him will be, I'm not gonna sacrifice my cut aparts. I just have another bit of yellow glitter pattern paper that I'm gonna use instead. Because the cut aparts are so pretty. I don't wanna die cut out of that just to have a background behind him. So I think I'm gonna do glitter yellow behind our gnome. And then here I was thinking maybe one of the polka dots. Yeah, I could do this. Oh, if I colored teal for the hat, I could maybe use this pattern as the diagonal, but I feel like it doesn't go with the dark denim. And I don't think I want a floral because he's a dude. Not that dudes don't like florals, but just saying. We'll just say this fisherman dude doesn't like florals. Polka dots and glitter. Okay. Okay, polka dots and glitter. Now I got 2 polka dots though. Do you guys like the darker polka dot or the lighter polka dot? Colleen's got a vote for the polka dots too. Yeah. So, but that's the color palette we're working with. It's gonna be dominantly yellow and denim. So if the hat is like a neutral, like khaki, was a suggestion. Lighter. Oh, we got 1 vote for dark. Ooh, Melissa says dark. Lighter. Ooh, okay. So far, lighter is winning. I'll leave that there for folks to help decide. And so that's the color palette that we're working with. And so let me know if you think that changes your suggestions for the hat. Meanwhile, I'm gonna cut this glitter. I just have like a regular nested circle die set that I'm using. Oh, I agree with this 100%. Melissa says, don't be afraid to share. We are all learning. Plus for me, I'm my worst critic. Yep. People are, yeah, I agree. 100%. 120% if I am so bold to change my number there. Because there's always sort of that fear of being judged or criticized or whatever, but especially in the Crafty Fun with Friends, or sorry, not that Facebook group, the Coloring with Meg Facebook group, which is just, it's a private one. It's just for folks who've enrolled in Coloring with Meg classes. Everybody gets that it's a journey and that it's not about comparing ourselves. It's just about, I mean, we're all there to learn. So we're there to help one another and support one another and not judge. And I think when I stopped judging my own coloring, I started to actually enjoy coloring more. And then when you start to enjoy the process more, I feel like then you are more you're doing it more, so you're getting more practice. And by practice, you are hopefully also improving because, there's no way to really improve unless you really like exercise. It's like a muscle, the more you exercise those muscles, the stronger they'll be. So, oh man, I've got dark. Jamie says dark, light, polka dot light. Oh gosh. I agree with you, Colleen. I feel like coloring sometimes is as much about like your mentality and your mindset as you approach your coloring as it is about actual skill. Because, my coloring didn't like improve overnight when I mentally made that switch of just not caring too much about the outcome or worrying about whether or not it looked as good as, somebody else's coloring. I began to see my own coloring in a different light, and you begin to just appreciate where you're at on your own coloring journey more. And then, because I started to enjoy the process more, I started to actually get better at it. And now, with the help of Meg's classes, I really feel like for a very, very long time, we're talking like years, my coloring was kind of like, it kind of plateaued in terms of, actually getting better because I just kept doing the same thing, which is what I'm doing now. I just kept on doing kind of coloring the same way I always color. And, and it didn't really improve all that much. But ever since starting to take Meg's classes, and I know I have the benefit of being there for free, but I feel that I have improved, and so it's definitely one of those things where practice does get you kind of far, but at some point, if you really want to improve, it helps to get some classes from, people who are really good at it, and then you kind of learn some tips and tricks that maybe you wouldn't have discovered on your own otherwise. So I kind of appreciate Meg's classes for that. And sometimes, the lessons that she's taught help me to approach my own coloring a little bit differently. One of the things I never paid too, like, somewhat attention to, but not super close attention to, was something that, I mean, I didn't even learn this term until Meg taught it, was artist drawn lines. So, like, if you look at how an stamp or an image is illustrated, it can actually have clues for how to approach coloring and where to put in shadows, and so it's something that I never really thought about before or really paid too close attention to. So it's been fun. I hope everybody, especially if you do get the coordinating die, I hope you will at least try that free class, the Candy Gnome class, and it's a great way for you to sort of try it and see what it's all about. And all of the past classes are available for purchase, so you can always go back to those. Those will have already been recorded, so you don't have the benefit of chatting with Meg live, but the classes and lessons are still there. Well, I don't know about a lot of work. I'm mostly there. Like I'm just there. And I benefit a lot from the classes. That's sweet of you and Meg to say. Yeah, I'm there to handle the technical stuff. But Meg's the talent. Meg's the person who teaches, and we all get to learn together. I'm right there. I'm right there with you all learning and asking questions as well. If you've ever taken a class, you know I ask a lot of questions. They're not always for your benefit, these questions. They are sincere. So I will admit, sometimes I ask questions just because I think it'll benefit for everybody to hear the explanation, but most of the time it's because I want to know. So, now I wish I had the time to just kind of off the cuff. Meg did in her you should go back everybody if you missed the live coloring hop. Oh my gosh, so much talent. And it's really amazing, especially I feel Meg, because off the cuff I was throwing suggestions at her and she did it live. But Jamie did some beautiful coloring, which I thought was really interesting. Jamie says, like, I think she said that normally she's not super extra with her coloring, but for that class, she went a little extra, which I loved hearing. So that was a lot of fun. And then Sandy, who's in the chat today, she colored, which was phenomenal. And then Sire colored the mermaid gnome, which I feel like is the hardest of the three to color. And he's got an approach to coloring that I really enjoy because he's a little bit more of a I love how Meg put it, like an intuitive colorist. And he doesn't stress too much about shadows and whatnot. It's more like what feels right. And I love that. Um, Maybe a blue band across. Aw, thanks, Melissa. Well, you all are uh, so sweet, and I appreciate all every time it comes up. You all are so great, also at helping us to promote too. So I really appreciate that, especially for folks who haven't taken the any classes. You know, the folks who have the firsthand experience with it, it's super helpful, I think, to hear your testimonials. I of course think it's great because I love Meg and she's awesome. But it's really the proof is in the pudding and whether you all like the classes and find it valuable. I think that speaks loads. Okay. So there's my gnome. Oh, he's got patches. I need to fill in his patches, but I'm gonna use blue, but a different shade of blue because he doesn't have the same cloth anymore. So to patch up his what is this? It's like his shirt, right? So me waving at my boss. Oh, is your boss done for the day? Yeah, exactly. What feels right. I love that approach. Just like do what feels right. Do what looks good for you. Maybe gray, but like a bluish gray. How about we add gray patches, but um we can tint it a little bit with some blue. These are some blue grays. They'll bring in some of the gray of the hat. Poor fisherman. His like shirt's all tatty. I think Meg said during the live that fishermen, because I don't know any fishermen. I don't know anyone who fishes. She said that they often get snagged and stuff, and so this is like truly what I think Meg said that these could be waiters. Is that right, Meg? How many bosses do you have, Barbara? One boss gone, the other one is out on errands. Hopefully he takes his time. Can you crank up the volume now? Okay, so here's the coordinating die. I don't have the packaging to show you because I got mine early. Oh wait, I didn't finish the underside of the fishy. I wanted to give the fishy maybe a little bit of a light blue. I don't want to add like another color. I feel like I have very few colors happening on this. And I feel like I want to keep it to that. Okay, I know. So Melissa would know because she does commercial fishing. We don't wear nice clothes fishing. But like, do you wear specific clothes, or can you wear just like t-shirt and jeans, or do you wear like, is there like a specific like gear, you know, that you would wear? Water splashes. So I need some water splashes. Okay. The volume is cranked up. Just two. I kind of feel like two is a lot. All right, so we've got our coordinating die, and it does leave a white outline all the way around. So you'll just have to do your best to get that nice and even. But I'll be honest, I feel like my scan and cut should be able to give me like a really even cut all the way around, and it kind of never does. So I think Teresa said this in a live stream once. She's got a love-hate relationship with her scan and cut, and I feel the same way about mine. What? No, wait, is this a real thing, Melissa? Jellyfish in the eye? Is that really something that happens or could happen? Because that sounds scary. I would not want to get a jellyfish to the eye. Are you on the boat right now? Because I know sometimes you get don't you get like Starlink or something like that for internet when you're on the boat? I think it was Starlink. Wait, oh, you've heard of this too, Meg? Wait, is that a literal thing, jellyfish in the eye, or is that a figure of speech? I'm like very intrigued. Um, where did we land? I think the votes for light versus dark were rather split. But I know Jamie voted dark. You know, anytime I'm crafting with Jamie's products, and if Jamie has a vote, I'm kind of inclined to go with whatever Jamie says. So, Jamie said dark. I think I might go dark, friends. Oh, but then the question is maybe I'll go this way. Oh, I kind of want to go that way. Oh, Jamie changed her mind? Are you sure? Are you sure? I gotta scroll back up. uh, Jamie, did you change your mind? Did you say light? Okay. Oh, that is a real thing. Okay, well, good luck. Good luck fishing. Okay, if Jamie said light, then that means this is the one we're using. I'm just waiting for Jamie to confirm. Okay, let me look at the sketch. I think that's about an inch or so. I think that's what we're looking at, about an inch. So I'm gonna cut an inch off of this. There were quite a few votes for light. Well, it was quite split, in fact. Okay, yeah, Jamie said, yeah, go light. Good thing. It was right under the blade when you said that. Okay, Barb says it looks good. Okay, perfect. Alright, I'm gonna go light, and I've got some. Okay, so I was gonna board, instead of putting a matte layer of solid color cardstock, I was thinking Love from Lizzie pinstripes. So I've got, I don't know if this is enough contrast. This is almost translucent. That might not be an actual option, but let me know what you think. There's yellow, there's white. I've got some blues. There's a blue holographic. And this is blue, just mirror, no holographic. And then this is just like a really dark blue, more like a flat, not mirror. I don't know if the blue is already too dark, but dark borders tend to help clean up the edge a little bit. So I think those are really the only colors that. Or I could do silver because, or silver because he's got the gray hat. Okay, hold on. This might be too bright, but I'll just pull it out anyways, just so you can see what options we're working with here. Silver glitter, silver hollow, moon dust, silver. I think this is like I don't know what that is, but it's different. Okay, those are my silver options. Okay, so, okay, where's my dude? Okay, here he is. All right, so that's gonna go like that. I might cut off part of this circle, and then that's gonna go like that. And then, so now we're choosing what we're gonna maybe border the pattern paper with. So we've got yellow, white, a couple dark blue options, and some silver options to pick up the gray of his hat. So that's what we're looking at for options. Okay. So bright yellow, bright yellow. Bright yellow is winning by a lot. Yeah, there is already a lot of blue. Do you like silver? Oh, I do have gold. I just feel like there isn't gold anywhere else in this mix. I got a lot of gold. Got lots of gold. So gold would be an option too. Look at how many varieties of gold. Oh, this isn't gold. Why is that there? There we go. Lots of gold. Melissa says matte silver if you use the silver. Yeah, this might be too shiny, yeah? Probably too much with the holographic. And if anything, this one, yeah, I tend to agree. So let's start narrowing. So if we did silver, it would be our more matte silver. Shelly's a fan of silver. Okay, so I think we're down to yellow or silver. Because I didn't see anybody vote for blue. Okay, so final thoughts. I can do this. So yellow, silver. I don't know if that really helped. Sometimes, I like to be able to see something before. Okay, so while you guys make that final decision, I'm gonna start gluing some stuff together. So I can at the least start putting my circles together. Oh, that's... It is so warm today from where I'm at. How's the weather where you guys are at? My poor husband, he's still working on the shed. I don't know if you can hear the hammering. I'll probably be out there to help him once I'm done with the live stream. So, you know, if this takes a little extra long, don't worry. I've got the time. Okay, still loving yellow. Still loving yellow. Silver. Oh, Jamie says silver. Matt silver. Silver. Oh, it's hot where you're at too? Yeah. Is warm silver and stripes are cool silver. Oh. Well, technically I did use I technically use cool grays. Technically. I think it's a cool gray. Oh my gosh, that's too hot. That's not warm, Shelly. That's hot. That's really hot. Sun came out today. Oh, that's so hot. So hot. Okay, let's go with the gray. Yeah, it sounds like that's what it's sounding like to me, Barbara. That can't really go too wrong. Seems like they're both good choices. So what I'm gonna do is attach this first, and I'm going to just give myself a little bit of a reference. And that way I can just snip off the ends and it'll be a nice perfect cut. Oh my. Oh my. That is, you know, I was born and raised in Virginia, and we did have summers where it would get up to that, and it would feel like, you know, it's this temperature, but it actually feels like it's a lot hotter because of the humidity. But those days are so far behind me. I've lived in Washington State for so long now that I'm kind of, because it's much more mild where I'm at now, and so I can't take that sort of heat anymore. I'm just not used to it. I have a comfort zone that is like 50 to 70 degrees, and if it gets if it gets outside of that, then I can't survive. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to butt this right up against the pattern paper so that we get a nice pretty line here. And I can snip this off. Or maybe I'll snip it, since I haven't glued down this panel, I can actually snip it and then wrap it to the back. And then it's extra secure. And then put the next piece on here. And I can do the same thing here too. Just wrap it to the back. Of course, I'm going to save this little extra because I don't waste any of my pinstripes. Oh, that's true. Too late now. Well, I guess I could add a second stripe, but I think we're gonna be okay with it the way it is. I am set 43 to 70 degrees, not above at all. I don't do good with cooler weather, really. But you know, the thing is that overall, I feel like I would much rather cooler weather than too hot because you can always add like an extra jacket or an extra sweater. You can only take off so much clothes. All right, I think I'm gonna cut a little bit of this off. Probably like from here maybe to here. And we'll have, otherwise I feel like this circle is going to take up the whole card. All right, let's start gluing. Oh yeah, see, Sonia's the same. Cooler weather. Yeah. I tend to run a little bit cold, so if anything, I tend to be a little bit cold. So I almost always wear like a hoodie, even inside the house. And even during the summer sometimes. I'm wearing a lightweight hoodie. But not on a day like today. And I think when I say hot here, I think it's probably 80 degrees. Which is nothing compared to the 90 and above weather some of you all have right now. Okay, so there's that. And then I think this I'm gonna go flat. And then the gnome I'm gonna put onto some low profile foam. And I do have a sentiment, Gone Fishing. And I'm gonna use, this is from the add-on die of Easy Wonder die number 1. This is like one of 2 sentiment banners. And so I'm gonna have this sentiment coming out. So the Gone Fishing is from the stamp set, along with several other, oh, that's not the stamp set. Where did the stamp set go? Here it is. So we have Mega Splash, Have a Gnome-tastic Summer, Gone Fishing, Cowabunga Dude, that's for Surfer Dude, You Are Mermazing, to go with the mermaid. So, oh, I wish I had tomorrow, friends. You should definitely join on Instagram, and here on YouTube we have a video hop and an Instagram hop, and we've got some amazing designers who are going to be sharing some more projects. I wanted to sneaky peek show you my my hop project for tomorrow, but I think it's downstairs. I showed it to my husband and then I left it downstairs. So you'll just have to wait until tomorrow to see mine. I had every intention of showing you all today because it turned out so awesome. If I do say so myself. Oh yeah, so I'm not alone. So many people have a hoodie or a sweater on. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah. I even have like a little space heater by my computer desk so that I can have some heat on me whenever I need. Okay, there's that. I just always leave these 2 dies on my mag rulers so that they come in handy. And I don't know, Jamie can tell us, but I don't know if Jamie just has the size dialed in or if it's just like a very common font size. But you'll find in a lot of sets that these banner dies will work for them. So like even this one, where's my die? This is the clear stamp for this month. Like, these fit. This one's too long, but these all fit. So is that by design, Jamie? Or is this just like a very common size? Because I love that. I love how much I get to use these. They're just always out on my desk. Okay, so I think this is what I'm doing with my card. I love how Christina did the You Are Mermazing. That turned out really awesome on her card. But I don't think that quite fits for our fishermen. Sorry. I I can go get it. I mean, there's gonna be dead air here though while I go get it. Do you guys care? I'm willing to go get it. But it's like, it's like a radio show. I don't think you're supposed to have dead air when you're live streaming. But I'll go get it. Okay, so something like that. We can talk amongst ourselves. Okay. I only need permission from one person, so if one person says yes, that's enough for me to do it. I'm pretty sure I know exactly where it is. Put on Meg's song. Oh gosh. Oh, that's a good idea. Do I have Meg's song? Meg's song. Oh, I don't have Meg's song here. Darn. Oh, that would have been smart to use as my intro. Would have been Meg's song. Let's see. I could probably grab it. And then this. So where's my low profile? Okay. I'll just use some 3D glue gel because that's going to be faster than finding my low profile foam. Okay, there's that. Boop. Okay. Let's see. Where is Meg's song? Oh, I can't remember which one Meg chose because I'll just download one of them and we'll just play that. Hopefully it's the one that we actually use during the live stream. And if not, it'll be something extra that you guys get to hear. Oh, what kind of glue did I use? This is like some of my favorite stuff. It is by a brand called Kalal, and that's the name of it. And it's really made for like decoupage because I think they call it 3D decoupage glue. I've been calling it just 3D glue gel because that's what I use it for. And it's nice and dimensional. Now when you get it, you can buy it with a kit and it comes with like a 5 milliliter syringe. And so you would sort of decant some of this into the syringe. So I've got like a big sort of glue gun type thing, which I learned from Von Marie that dentists use this. Like this is like a dentist tool, if you can believe it. And so dentists use this for like doing molds or something of your teeth. But I use it so that I can do like a little bit. See how there's some of that lift? So long as you don't like squidge it all the way down, like press down or put anything heavy on it, it will hold that dimension. And then once you give it time to dry, it'll be nice and firm. And so I use it as an alternative to foam. And especially if I'm trying to adhere something and it's going over like an uneven surface underneath, it's kind of nice because then it just kind of the gel goes where it needs to go to kind of level everything out. All right, so I'm gonna go grab my card. So yes, Crafter's Companion has it. And Crafter's Companion has it. A lot of UK companies have it, not a lot of US companies. I didn't You're so lucky. By the time I was like debating like how many to buy from Craft Stash before they went out of business, and by the time I settled on a number, they sold out. So that must have been you who bought them all up before I could get to it. But then I found them on Crafter's Companion and I stocked up from there because Crafter's Companion has it's going through some stuff too. Okay, so I'm gonna play this for you all, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab my hop card.
Hey there, crafty crew, got something brand new. Gnomes are making waves and they're waiting on you. Grab your inks and markers, let's dive right in. These summer gnomes are gonna make you grin. It's Meg's Gnomes, Summer Splash, Fisherman, Surfer, and a Mermaid Stash. Stamp 'em, color 'em, cut 'em out fast, only at Not Too Shabby, coming out at last. The fisherman's chilling with his bobber and hat. The surfer's riding waves, can you top that? The mermaid gnome's got sparkle and sass. This summer set's a total blast. One die to cut them all, oh how neat. Perfect cutouts can't be beat. Stamp and smile, you're feeling bold. Let your summer stories unfold.
All right, friends.
It's Meg's Gnomes.
Okay, here it is. Oh wait, let me stop the music. Did the music actually play? Could you hear it? Or was it just dead air? Okay, so I did finish my card. So that's where we landed. So thank you to Christina for being the inspiration for today's card. It's a lot of fun to case your card. Oh, good. The music did play. I thought about that afterwards. I was like, I never used this feature. I hope it actually worked. So here is my hop card for tomorrow. So you'll see how I made this. And look, it's a shaker. And he's got little flowers on his shorts. So this is a flat shaker, and it features the upcoming Snow Globe die set, which comes out on the 20th of July. And it sounds like some people who ordered during the live stream special have already gotten there, so I can't wait to see your projects. So do share and make sure you're tagging me too. Tag Jamie, Not Too Shabby, tag me LV Handcrafted, and that way we can see what you've made. But I had so much fun with this, and I got lucky that the amount of beads kind of comes up to my waterline. So it really feels like it's the water. He's like splashing around in the water, and the Mega Splash sentiment is actually, that is a stamp here, and it happens to fit on his surfboard. So so yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one. It was super fun, and I just love seed beads for shakers because I just love the sound. Oh yay. Thanks everybody. Oh, and I'm glad you like the music too. Hi Pippa, welcome. Just scrolling the live, scrolling through YouTube. I know, I saw that. That's just wild. So let's just chat a little bit. So I saw the announcement, Craft Stash is now under Hobby Maker. And so what's interesting is, so some of the brands that Craft Stash was selling, looks like the majority of them went to Hobby Maker, and then like only 3 or 4 went over to Craft World, which was, I guess their magazine, because all of the magazines went with Craft World or stayed with Craft World, because I think Craft World was always like a subsidiary, or like maybe it was the umbrella above Craft Stash, I'm not too sure, but they were always like closely tied. And so it looked like 3 or 4 brands went or stayed with Craft World, and the rest are now going to be available at Hobby Maker. And I've never bought anything from Hobby Maker, so I'll have to see what their website is like. But yeah, I saw that news. Kind of interesting. So act surprised tomorrow when you see my video. But that was my card. Just wanted to share it because I really have fun playing with it. So thanks, Meg, for an amazing stamp set and for sharing your talent with us. So now we can have a bit of your illustration as part of our art, part of our cards. And don't forget, if you do buy the coordinating die, flip to the back of your packaging. I don't have it to show, but flip to the back of your packaging and you're going to find all the details about how to get that free Coloring with Meg class. It's called Candy Gnome. In the class, you're going to get a printable that's your coloring practice sheet, and you're gonna get scaled to the exact size to fit your die, the outline, illustrated black and white outline, and that pre-colored candy gnome. So this is what you're gonna get as a digi that you can just print. Make sure you're printing it at actual size and it will cut perfectly with the coordinating die. And also, if you put your order in early, likely you'll get it in time to actually join the class live when it first gets recorded. The class is on the last July or the last Sunday in July. So thanks everybody for hanging out with me, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your week. Bye everybody.